Hey there, beautiful souls, and welcome to this message. I just wanted to, or I was inspired to just jump on to this message with you quickly. I'm on my usual morning, about to go into a cafe, about to do some journaling and some deep work, but I've been inspired because currently I am going through Sadhguru's program, the Inner Engineering program. And I'd love to hear from you guys if you have been through it or you're going through it right now. I'm actually off to his live event in Sydney, not this weekend, the weekend after. And in order to go to his course live, you actually have to complete an online pretty intensive program called Inner Engineering. And I've been deep diving into that. And I just was having a conversation this morning with my partner about just how it's all kind of landing. The last few days of like what he's been teaching has really been landing, and I just really wanted to share this with you guys, and in the hope that it hits home for you as well. But and as I said, let me know if you have had your experience with Sadhguru, with Inner Engineering. I'd love to hear from you. And hello to Rachel and Javier from San Diego. Love seeing you guys here. Drop your comments, say hi. But today I wanted to talk about happiness, right? Now, happiness, and I'm going to talk in terms of how Sadhguru has been teaching this, but many other teachers have said this. I've probably even said it to you. You've probably heard it a million times before. But happiness is experienced when what is happening in this particular moment is as we think it should be, right? That's happiness. We got what we want in that moment, right? And so what most of us do is and all of humans do, is we go after, we try to create something in our future. We set a goal, we try to create something in our external environment that if it can happen, we'll be happy, right? And so what happens is if it does happen, we're happy. If it doesn't happen, we're unhappy. And it's all the in between. We don't enjoy the journey, right? And we're waiting for this future moment to occur with all our hard work to get there. And we can only experience happiness if this thing happens as we believe it should happen, right? But when we think about how this very moment is all that we have, right? This present moment that we're in right now, like the past does not exist, the future doesn't yet exist, it's never going to exist. We're never going to experience the future, we're never going to experience the past, other than how we recreate it in our mind in this present moment, which is the only thing that is real and in reality. So what Sadhguru, in his teaching through the Inner Engineering program I was going through just yesterday, and the step I was up to, he was teaching that this moment is inevitable. Right here, we're all here in this very moment. It is inevitable with everything that's happened before this moment that we are all here in this present moment right now, right? This moment is inevitable. There's no arguing with it. You can't change this moment. It is what it is. All you can do is learn from whatever you're experiencing in this very moment to determine your next action in the next moment that becomes a reality, right? And so if it's true that happiness is when we are experiencing what we think should happen in this moment, then we can be happy, then it stands to be true if we can let that land, that this moment is inevitable. We can't change it. It is what it is. We can choose to do or experience whatever we want to. We can choose different actions based on what we're experiencing in this moment. But at the end of the day, this moment cannot change. It is inevitable. Then it stands to reason that we can find happiness if we let that land, and that is a whole other journey. But if you can experience and continue to remind yourself that this moment here right now is inevitable, I can't change the reality right now, it is what it is, I can choose different actions for the next moment and the next moment and the next moment, only in this moment. when we can get to a level of acceptance that this moment is inevitable, we can actually relax and be happy. Now, given that this moment might provide something that's painful, right? Like, I used the example that just yesterday, my partner and I got an email from the owners of our property, and they'd gone into our property, they'd made a mistake on something, right? And they're kind of challenging people to deal with, and they'd sent some sort of email that in that moment of receiving that email, it was a little painful, right? It was like not what we thought should happen in that moment. There was a lot of misunderstanding, right? But we can use that moment. It's not about, because this moment is inevitable, everything led up to this moment, I can't change this moment, I'm just going to check out of life, or I should just be happy all the time. It's not about that. What it is you can experience pain in that moment, because the reality is you're experiencing a misunderstanding that you might not want. But you don't drag it out into suffering, which is the magnification of what happens in one moment. You're magnifying it and bringing it with you into the next moment and the next moment, and making it bigger and bigger and bigger. All right. And so that will deplete happiness. But what we're really talking about in this message is that if this moment is inevitable, if you can accept that, if you can accept the reality as it is, if you can drop arguing with reality and show up present to this moment in full awareness of the reality, you can experience happiness, because you can realize that this moment is as it should be. And I can make a choice, because I'm responsible for my choices in this moment, which is the only moment that exists, for whatever the next moment may bring. But that moment, again, will be inevitable. And accepting that is your access point into happiness, into peace. Arguing with reality, trying to drag one unpleasant moment into the next and magnify it, is your suffering. And so I really, really hope that me just sharing some of this with you landed for you, got you thinking, got you accessing a new level of just inner alignment, awareness, empowerment. Take this message with you throughout the day, and just keep reminding yourself, as Sadhguru is teaching me in this inner engineering program right now, to remind yourself that this moment right now is inevitable. Don't argue with it. Accept it as it is, and be at choice point for how you want to move forward based on this moment's awareness. All right, so much love for each and every one of you guys. I'll quickly check in with you guys, say hi. But yeah, Rachel and Javier from San Diego, and Mass, I'm going to call you Mass, and Adrian and Tim and Kamel and Autumn and Italid and Joe. Awesome, great job. I love your show. So grateful to have you here, Joe, in this present moment, and grateful that you are enjoying it, and love being on here with you guys. And Italid, as in my culture, they say Axken Kema, which means here and now. Beautiful. Blessings. Absolutely. Right? Don't want to miss our life by getting caught up in the past and getting too preoccupied with the future. We have to be present to the moment. This moment is inevitable. You're at choice point, and I'm so grateful that you just spent these moments with me. So much love to each and every one of you guys. And my message as always to you is to just live authentically, be present to this moment. Love deeply, don't hold back. You know, we're here to love and be loved, and to contribute meaningfully. Know who you are, know what you're inspired by. You have a gift that's unique to you, and the world needs it. So that's my message as always to you guys. Hope this resonated, and I can't wait to see you soon. So much love. Mwah.